Catasauqua High School, the site once again for the District 11 Girls Quarterfinals 6A action. The D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. Al DiCarlo, Tracy Sear with you for this matchup. It's game number 2, the part of the doubleheader. Earlier tonight it was 52-41. Freedom advancing to the semifinals. Also advancing to the semifinals, Parkland. They beat Stroudsburg by a score of 43-33. And Tracy, as we look at game number 2, Pleasant Valley is the 8th seed, 8-8, 13-9. Nadia Pavek is a head coach in their 11th year. They're coming off a loss to Pocono Mountain West. They've also lost 3 in a row coming in. Cameron Caffrey, their go-to player.
Yeah, Cameron Caffrey is their go-to player. You know, she's 5'7". She's a senior. She's going to come out and you know try to make her presence known so that they can pull out maybe what's considered an upset victory today over Nazareth.
Well, for the Nazareth Blue Eagles, 14-2 and 21-4 overall. Rich Bicker now in his 14th season as the head coach. Their loss coming to Bethlehem Catholic most recently at the PPL Center in the East Penn Conference Championship. Tyler Brugler, the junior forward, she does everything for this team. She's been amazing.
Yeah, she's 6'1". She's a highly recruited junior, and like you said, she can do it all. She set the school record for the most points in a game this season already, and she's going to be the person that they need to stop if they have Pleasant Valley wants a chance to win this game.
Well, take a look at the starting 5 for each team as they're being introduced. A 5'4" senior guard in Riley Wagner, Cam Caffrey, a 5'7" senior forward, Maddie O'Neill, a 5'4" senior guard, Alyssa Wagner, a 5'8" senior guard, and Samantha Merklin, a 5'9" sophomore forward. Nazareth goes with Kelly Lazinski, who is dynamic in the game against Bethlehem Catholic at the PPL Center. She was hitting from way outside. Sophia Zelasco, a 5'5" sophomore guard. Tyler Brugler, 6'1" junior forward. Madeline Ahern, a 5'8" sophomore guard. And Catherine Mahalik, a 5'8" junior forward. Your starting 5. And you take a look at the keys to the game.
Yep, pressure on the basketball for Pleasant Valley and to contain Brugler. For Nazareth, the keys to winning the game is limit fast breaks and contest the three-point line and offensive consistency. But if you look at both those lineups, the biggest thing I notice is the senior leadership that's on Pleasant Valley right now.
Well, we'll see what happens. We have 2 of our student reporters with us tonight, and that's Ryan Pergar and Travis Lahr. Ryan Pergar from Pleasant Valley and Travis Lahr from Nazareth, and we send it downstairs to the 2 of them.
Hello, everyone. I am here with Trevor. My name is Ryan Pergar, and we are here covering the Nazareth versus Pleasant Valley High School game tonight. Tonight, Coach Paddock was explaining to me just how much this game means to them. They're looking to upset Nazareth. They said that they've been the underdog all year, and they feel that they can get it done tonight.
All right, and I talked to Nazareth's coach, Rich Berger, before the game, and he told me that Nazareth's plan is to start out on defense, play man, and also to slow down Pleasant Valley on offense. And on offense, they plan to run the floor and get it down in the middle to Talia Brugler. Back to you guys.
All right, guys, well done. 2 of our 40 student reporters here at D11Sports.com, 2 of our seniors as well. And we hope you're enjoying everything that they're doing and everything that's going on with D11Sports.com. And we want to thank St. Luke's Sports Medicine for their entire opportunity of helping us and assisting us with their sponsorship and making it possible for these students as well. We are underway here from Catasauqua in a quick back and forth for Nazareth and Pleasant Valley. You like this kind of tempo?
I do. But like I was trying to say before we had to cut to the sideline reporters down there, you know, there's 4 seniors that start for Pleasant Valley, and there's not a senior in the starting lineup for Nazareth. So you see if they're, you know, how much experience is going to play in this game. Talia Brugler with a shot down low. She's going to keep getting open for shots like this. It might be a long night for Pleasant Valley.
And it was 52-41 in game number 1 as Freedom is moving on. And Brugler hits her first basket of the night. Second one is no good, and the rebound goes to Merklin. Merklin averaging 6 rebounds a game. Just a minute into the contest, the winner of this game, we already know, will take on Parkland. Parkland won 43-33 over Stroudsburg, so the 5 seed in Parkland is in. And Nazareth just coming off a game against Parkland that I believe it was double overtime.
Well, I'll tell you, Parkland is also a very young team. They don't have a senior in the starting lineup. So that's a great win for Coach Olson and the Parkland girls.
Yeah, they lost to Parkland in double OT. So 1-0 here early on. And the 5-second call.
And that's great pressure by Nazareth's defense. Nazareth has a size advantage with Talia out there. I think the tallest player is 5'9" on the Pleasant Valley team. So they really could take advantage of the height on the offensive end now for Nazareth.
Only one meeting between these two teams, and it was 51-40 in favor of Nazareth. So if you look at that score, knowing that Nazareth has been highly productive this year, the way they've been playing, 21-4 and 14-2 in league play, pretty close contests if you look at that.
I think Pleasant Valley is doing a little bit of a flop here, trying to get some offensive calls on their point guard, Lazinski. And like you said, Lazinski's coming off a phenomenal game she had against Bethlehem Catholic and their loss in the East Penn Conference Championship game.
Now they'll call it jump ball. Nadia Pavic roaming the sidelines. She's been doing it for a while. She's very dramatic on the sidelines, I may add. Love watching her as a coach. And steps out. That right in front of Nadia.
Yeah, Coach Pavic actually played back in high school when I was coaching. So I've known her for over 20 years. She's very intense. She does a great job with her team.
Used to call her just Coach Nadia because the last name I didn't, but now I changed. Now I can say Pavic. Nice kick out, baseline jumper. That one no good, and now the break over to Brugler. Nice.
And in stride.
Yep, perfect place where you want to put that one.
Yeah, Lazinski hit her high in the hands, and she just laid it right into the basket. 2 steps and in. Great finish by Talia.
3-0. And then driving through the defense and scoring her first 2 is Alyssa Wagner.
That was a nice drive. She beat her defender 1-to-1, man on man, and finished at the basket. Pleasant Valley's in a 2-3 zone. They're doing a nice job moving that ball up the court by passing.
That went a little bit off the mark by Maddie O'Neill.
And a frustration foul. 94 feet from the basket.
And you're watching Pleasant Valley, and they're all over the place. They're trying to make sure they can try to avert and force some turnovers here early on and try to get Nazareth out of the rhythm. Easier said than done. Nazareth, Coach Bickert, they've been in this in this situation for a while. I think they've been in the semifinals for like 8-9 times over the last 12 years or so.
So now Pleasant Valley's back to man-to-man defense.
Here's a 3 from the outside. That one won't drop. Brugler comes up with a rebound and just skies right inside for 2 more. She's got all 5 points.
She went right around the girl from Pleasant Valley trying to box her out. They really have to keep a body on Talia if they want to stay in the game.
5-2. Thought about a 3 instead. Will go to the free throw line. Will be Wagner.
Fouls on Lazinski.
Personal foul, Kelly Lazinski.
And here goes Talia getting the rebound again. Right back up. Nice strong power move to the basket.
So Wagner to the free throw line. She's at 53%. She has all 3 points here early on.
Lane violation by Nazareth there. Stepped in too soon.
An opportunity to get that point back. And she does. Midway through quarter number 1, 5-4, early going here by Nazareth. Brugler 1 on 3. Again, you try to collapse on her, you're going to lead a lot of open three-point shooters.
Nazareth has to convert. They haven't made an outside shot. Another foul.
We got 16 fouls already. That's been quick. We're like 4 minutes into the game.
Alyssa Wagner, 2 shots.
I want to thank Coach Pavic and Coach Bickert and getting us some information for the game. I also want to thank Bob and Pat Worrell. They're the EPC statisticians, giving us some great information once again.
Boom.
2 free throws are good, and that's 4 for 4 from the line for Wagner, and a 6-5 lead in favor of PV.
That's a senior that doesn't want her season to end today. So now they're back into like a matchup zone.
There's Brugler driving through, and that one gets knocked away. Cam Caffrey took a hit, and looks like she's holding her right wrist.
That's a second foul for Nazareth. Mahalik. So she's going to go to the bench. We have a sub come into the game.
Now we'll see Caffrey needs a 3 to break the season record. So Pleasant Valley calls the first timeout, comes with 3:17 on the clock. Glad you could join us here. Part of our D11sports.com game of the week, presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Al DeCarlo alongside Tracy Sear. And Tracy, we saw game number 1, and we saw, Freedom prevail. They used a 14-0 run, 11-0 run to end the third quarter, added 3 more into the fourth. So they're moving on, and they'll get either Northampton or Pocono Mountain Pocono Mountain East are playing already tonight. Your thoughts of Freedom, what we saw earlier tonight, and what they can do in this tournament?
I think Freedom is probably, one of the top teams between them and Nazareth that are left. Freedom is just well balanced. They have good guard play. They have scores from both inside and out with Cokeless and Turpinning. So I really think they have a great shot to get to the finals and even win this tournament.
The semifinals will be held on Tuesday. And sites won't be decided till this weekend after games are played.
So Nazareth's in their 1-3-1 zone.
That 3 a little bit too hard off the window, but look who it is again. She's been all over the floor as Wagner doesn't get it on the rebound. And it remains 6-5 in favor of Pleasant Valley. Lazinski from downtown. I think she wants to get back to the PPL Center where she was firing lights out. She got the Stacy Perriman Award for most valuable player during the game, despite losing. She was lights out, hitting from everywhere on the floor.
And it really looked like Nazareth was going to pull out that win, and Becca came down in the fourth quarter and did what they needed to do to win the game.
Brugler misses the first free throw. She's at 76%. She's been to the free throw line 178 times. I know when you're talking about a big person down below, but that's a lot of times on the line.
Well, what you don't know is she played point guard when she was, in travel leagues back in, middle school and grade school. So she can handle the ball. So just like that time, she drove to the basket by slashing to the basket and getting fouled. I'm sure she's creating a lot of opportunities that way as well. She wasn't always 6'1".
Yeah. Either were we. Nice feed down underneath. And they'll kick it back out. Lazinski will try again. Still looking for her first one from the outside. Getting around the defense. 2-on-1 here for Pleasant Valley. And coming all the way back is Brugler.
That was a nice hustle play by Brugler. Long shot, gave a long rebound, gave them a quick out. Brugler transitioned well.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 times that's always called. You pick up that foot as you're trying to make a quick move to the basket.
Again, that's a turnover instead of a shot attempt for Nazareth. It's keeping the score. It's a 1-point game.
Brugler scoring her 1,000th point as a junior. There's a three by Maddie O'Neill, 18th of the season. 9-5. The 8th seed up by 4 here with 1:33 on the clock.
Another turnover. Oh, nope. The tip.
Yeah, I think it skipped off Merklin.
Yeah, so this is Courtney Polson, number 22 from Nazareth, who's coming into the game. She's a junior, but this is her first game of the year. She tore ACL this summer playing AAU basketball down in Louisville tournament. And she's making her first appearance in a district game.
How much, you saw the excitement. Let's get to the play first, and we'll see. They'll earn it from the free throw line. But how much of an advantage is that for Nazareth, knowing that, hey, you're bringing a 5'11" girl that, can do something in this contest?
Well, I mean, it's great to have that kind of depth on the bench and, size-wise coming in off the bench. And, good for her. I mean, what the rehab that it takes to get back on the court with an ACL tear like she had, a lot of work, determination, and grit. And she's been waiting all season to get the approval to play. And today's her day.
Added punch here for Nazareth, that's for sure. But Nazareth has not scored since the 4:23 mark when they took a 5-2 lead. And since then, it's a 7-0 run here for Pleasant Valley.
We have a question about jump ball. There was a jump ball, though, to start the game, remember, after we had the initial tap?
That's correct. So earlier tonight, Freedom punching their ticket to the semifinals. Easton seeing their season come to a close. Wish their seniors the very best. Looking to inbound, they'll get it in to Cam Caffrey. Caffrey still looking to take her first shot of the game. As we approach the 1-minute mark. That's where they want to get Caffrey. She's a quick release. She misses that shot, but she is lightning quick when she gets the basketball. She'll just let it go.
It was a nice shot. Just didn't go in. Waiting to get a rebound. Again, no second shots for Pleasant Valley this time. Nazareth needs to get a field goal here.
Lazinski thought she tipped it.
Nazareth substitution 10, Sophia Zlatan.
39 seconds on the clock. Pleasant Valley could add to their lead here.
They're out of the 1-3-1 now. They're back to man-to-man for Nazareth. Brugler going for the steal. Oh.
And it helps, and they end up getting it now. Brugler one-on-one.
Nice.
Man.
Nice. Dip under and right into the basket. Nice strong move by Talia.
So Brugler were all the points, all 7. And the turnover here with 10 seconds. Opportunity here. Could have been a foul, not called. Down to 7 seconds on the clock. Here's Brugler with the basketball. We'll kick it out. This will be a 3. That one doesn't go. And 1 quarter in the books. An interesting one here from Catasauqua High School. 9-7. Pleasant Valley leads. We'll be back with our D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine right after this.
St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Extraordinary care in motion.
Back here at Catasauqua High School, Al DiCarlo, Tracy Sear. Our advantage point from up top. Dave Micah down on the floor. He's manning the stats. We got Ryan Pergar from Pleasant Valley. Travis Lahr from Nazareth on the sidelines. two of our D11 sports reporters will be giving us a report at halftime as well. Tracy, 1 quarter, 9-7, Pleasant Valley. Your thoughts?
Pleasant Valley's very happy right now that they have a lead in this game. Nazareth has to make something happen. They need some scoring from somebody other than Talia. Again, another turnover almost here for the pressured defense. There it is. They're stepping to the ball.
In transition.
That was a nice, strong drive, left-handed layup on the left side of the court. Like to see that.
That was Riley Wagner with her first basket.
They're putting pressure on the ball. They're stepping up in the passing lanes, and they're coming away with steals with on Pleasant Valley's end. So Nazareth has to start stepping to the ball, making short passes, and being more aggressive. There was a lot of pushing going on down low in the paint, and refs aren't going to call that until the pass is made inside, and they did make the pass inside, and then Talia Brugler was able to get the call.
Yeah, and that's 2 fouls now on Alyssa Wagner. 9-2 run right now. Try to get into Brugler, but goes off her leg, and a turnover.
Yeah, it's hard to catch the ball with your feet.
Unless you're a very good soccer player, right?
Yeah. So here they are on their 1-3-1 again. Wagner was controlling the ball at the point.
Wide open, look at a 3. That one well short. And they give it right back to Nazareth. So a minute in to quarter number 2. Well, thank everyone watching near and far. As you get a chance to see some Lehigh Valley basketball being played here in the District 11 tournament on D11sports.com.
There's Brugler going to the basket again. And tipped away by Nazareth. Stays with Pleasant Valley.
Pleasant Valley quickly up the floor, and as I say that, they had numbers, and all of a sudden they turned the ball over. Still up by 4. I've seen Nazareth play a couple times this year. They're not going to score, really in the 60s, especially in the playoffs. But
nice up and under move.
They can score each and every time down the floor. And how about all 9 points, by the way, are by Brugler?
Well, keep giving her the ball. It's working.
And she could definitely score. Here comes the Blue Eagles once again. Under 6 to play.
They got a nice turnover off of that.
And the lead, Lazinski with her 63rd 3 of the season.
That was a great turnaround. Take the lead. Lazinski with a 3 off of turnover coming from the 1-3-1 pressure.
Through the lane. They have a wide open wing. Here's a 3. That one won't go for Morgan. And Morgan will get it back and reset the offense here for the Bears.
Personal foul, Sophia Zalesko. Pleasant Valley substitution for Maddie O'Neill.
And here's 3-point play by Lazinski at the other end. Steps right in, quick release, nice follow through.
The pass to Caffrey against Caffrey looking for her first points of the night.
Nazareth now is a man-to-man defense as opposed to the 1-3-1.
Here's a 3. That one off the side of the rim by Wagner. And all of a sudden things gone dry here for Pleasant Valley. And in transition, everything but the basket for Brugler.
That was a great look down the court.
Should have been a walk, yeah.
Let's see if she, Rick Lehman on top of it.
Rick Lehman has seen his share of walks. Have been around the game for a long time. 12-11, Nazareth leading. They were down by 4. after a basket to start the quarter here in the second.
They're playing a matchup zone now. They keep switching back and forth. That was a nice take by Lazinski. Nice penetration, nice left-handed layup.
Well, they're so used to Lazinski going to go and try to bury a three that she decided to glide right through the defense. So we had a 9-2 run by Pleasant Valley, and all of a sudden it's a 7-0 run and a 14-11 lead. The momentum is starting to go in favor of the Blue Eagles.
Good hustle.
I'll tell you what, Pleasant Valley did everything to keep that in play, but it's Brugler that comes out of the pile, and Brugler gets fouled on the play. And I believe that's foul number 7. 4 minutes left. And we'll go to the free throw line.
Lazinski's penetration. Nice finish.
Pleasant Valley calls timeout. 8-4, timeout.
Pleasant Valley takes a timeout. They're going to come out. Brugler's going to be taking foul shots.
Again, the winner of this game will take on Parkland. Parkland winning 43-33.
That's a big win for them. Parkland program.
Parkland and Pleasant Valley met once this year, and it was 42-33 in favor of the Trojans. And we mentioned that the Blue Eagles faced off against Parkland. They beat them the first time, 43-32.
I saw Parkland play once this year against Southern Lehigh, and they have some really nice size. Aside from not having a senior on the roster, they have some really nice size.
49-43 in double overtime. And then Nazareth had a little payback, 43-32. That was in the Eastern EPC playoffs. Saw them against Northampton, Parkland Northampton earlier this year. And I'll tell you what, a lot of these teams are evenly matched, but at the same time, you always say it's matchups, and, people sometimes don't understand what that means. But, you can beat everybody. All of a sudden you see some team, you're like, we just don't match up well. And that's the truth on a lot of occasions when you see a team that's not supposed to win.
I'll tell you, I'm going to give a little shout out right now. Talia Brugler's going to the foul line. Her grandparents who live down in Florida, Pam and Terry or Kramer, are watching. So I want to say hello to them.
Well, 10 points for Brugler. Again, we talk about D11sports.com and being able to live stream it, and then everyone that can't see it from here can see it from anywhere now.
Yeah, they love it. They love when we cover their games, so I think Talia's showing off for them today.
A 9-0 run. 16-11 Nazareth.
Another steal against that 1-3-1 pressure.
Brugler steps and tosses, and they will maintain possession.
Pass is made to Polson. She could have made a layup in her first game back. Let's see if she can get a bucket here.
Thinking Brugler, they'll still get it in and go right back to the corner. Lazinski takes it and drops it home. She's got 8 in the quarter. Nazareth increases their lead to 8 on a 12-0 run.
Back in the 1-3-1 again. And there it is, trying to throw over the top. Again, Nazareth is long, tall, some of their players, and Pleasant Valley is not. Point guards are 5'4" that are out there.
That shot does not drop for Wagner. And once and done, under 3 to play, 19-11. Only basket of this quarter came to open up the quarter was by Riley Wagner to give her team an 11-7 lead. But
Lazinski
right now,
again.
Lazinski, after missing her first 3 shots, is red hot.
She's making a run here. She just, she tried her best to get that league championship. Now she's going to do her best to help this team win a district championship.
Pleasant Valley substitutions, 21 Carly Hart, 22 Drew Boyd.
I think she may have heard me say she wants to be back at the PPL center.
That's probably what happened.
30 Mackenzie Porter.
Nazareth rolling along here, up by 11, using a 15-0 run.
She's open again.
Well, this is where she starts getting dangerous. Her body's flying, nothing called.
It's good hustle going for the loose ball.
1-on-3.
That could be the second on Lazinski if that's who it's on. What they call it on?
Personal foul, McKenna Fortner.
Nope, they give it to Fortner.
So to the free throw line. And there's Drew Morgan. Morgan at 63%. It's been there 19 times this season.
These are big foul shots for Pleasant Valley. They need to take advantage of every opportunity at this point, being down 10.
Missing on the free throw. (22-12), 2 minutes on the clock. Lazinski having a great quarter. 11 points in the quarter for Lazinski. That three won't drop. Ball loose. And coming out of that pile is Caffrey. Well, your Pleasant Valley much needed a basket here. Try to close into single digits if you can before the end of the quarter. And they get the roll.
They got the roll.
That
That was a nice take. She took that in against a much taller player and finished.
So Wagner has herself 4.
It's an 8-point game. They can get a stop here and possibly go down and get another basket at the other end, make it a 6-point game before going into the half. Brugler's back into the game. Ahern's back into the game. There's blood on her shirt.
So Lazinski will check out momentarily.
Pleasant Valley substitution for Maddie O'Neill.
Sometimes they give you like 30 seconds to clean it up. Here's a replay of that nice drive and bucket by Wagner.
Coach Picker will decide to take a timeout here. He wants to keep Lazinski in. He mentioned they'll give you a little time, and I know at the PPL Center there was we also had an incident like that in one of the games too, and the fans get all, hey, what's taking so long?
Yeah.
You just want them, none of that stuff to happen. So
Yeah, they don't let you have blood on your uniforms or anything. So back in the day, we used to just carry extra uniforms with us in case blood got on them. It was 20 years ago, so they just gave them a new shirt.
same number.
No.
See,
we
that's a
just change it.
broadcaster's nightmare.
We
You know.
just change it in the book.
I once did a football game. I'll never forget. I once did a football game, and game was over, and I don't want to screw up my story. I'm trying to think how it was. A senior was not crying at the end of the game because the freshman was wearing his uniform. So I had the wrong player the whole time, thinking, oh, it got to be tears. You just ended your career. Brugler will go to the line. There's more to that story. I'll tell you afterwards. Everybody's like, what is he talking about?
Personal foul, Cam Caffrey.
Here's Talia adding to her career total on the foul line again.
So Brugler's numbers, let's see, she's averaging right about 20 points a game. She has 12 threes. She's now been at the free throw line over 180 times. She's 76% for the free throw line, averaging 8.5 rebounds a game, and came into the game with 55 block shots.
It's not a bad line for for a junior.
Not at all.
And she just had 2 more points, so.
She got her 1,000th point against Pocono Mountain East on January 14th in a 63-31 win. Her sister Tesla, 2017 grad, finished with 1375. I'm going to go out on the limb and say she's going to shatter that number. There's a 3. That's a huge one, and that for Caffrey is a record. She needed 1 3-pointer to break the season record of 45, and she just did. And it helps her team close in to 24-17.
7-point game here, 35 seconds to go. See if they're going to play for 1 or they're going to keep playing.
Watching Coach Pavic, her team's trying to get back in. She's just talking to the officials.
This will be 2. Oh, no, 1-1. No, it's the 9th. I thought it was the 10th.
Talking about a good free throw shooter in Lazinski. 12-point quarter for Lazinski.
Nazareth will come back out here, and they're 1-3-1 again. Put some pressure. Good substitution there, but Coach Bigger get her off the court so she can't pick up a dumb foul going into the half here.
Up by 9 with 25 ticks. Quick passing here by the Bears, and that one gets stripped away. It'll remain Pleasant Valley basketball with 17 seconds on the clock.
Pleasant Valley substitution 23, Samantha Merklin.
And I want to thank Tom Moll, the athletic director, for his hospitality, having us here once again. Inside out with 14 seconds. Good pressure by Brugler. You just don't want to get too close and cause a foul here. 7 seconds on the clock. They're trying to get one off. They will. There's the 3. That one's short.
Back.
And Nazareth, that goes off Nazareth.
Nazareth.
And this is where you talk about, even being here at Catasauqua, where some of the players are looking against the wall and it's not behind the backboard to see where the time is. Coach told them right there, you got 2 seconds. So it's really inbound and you're going to take a shot. And a wide open look at a 3. Couldn't ask anything better than that.
And she hits it.
You couldn't ask for anything better than that.
Yeah, she was wide open. O'Neill stepped in, took that 3, finished it strong. Going into the halftime with a 6-point deficit, I think, Coach Nadia's got to be happy.
Yep, no question about it. So a shot at the buzzer right here by Maddie O'Neill makes it happen, and that cuts the lead to 26-20. And that's your score at the break. We'll take a timeout, come back with more action from Catasauqua. You're watching our D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Back after this.
Hall of Fame pitcher Steve Carlton knows what it takes to exceed expectations. He knows what it means to be part of a team that rises above the competition. He knows a champion. Steve Carlton knows St. Luke's Orthopedic Care.
Concussions are serious. 3 million sport, recreation, and auto accident-related concussions happen each year. 20% of high school athletes who play contact sports will suffer a concussion during the season. St. Luke's is the region's leader in assessing, managing, and treating concussions in athletes and non-athletes of all ages. Our multi-specialty teams of experts collaborate to care for you using the latest treatment options. Don't play head games, take concussions seriously. Call St. Luke's to schedule an appointment with one of our concussion experts.
St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Extraordinary care in motion.
Are you searching for a place where you belong? Where your fitness matters? Regardless of what shape you're in, St. Luke's Fitness and Sports Performance Centers have a professional team that will help you meet or exceed your fitness goals. With locations throughout the region and nationally recognized fitness experts, you'll become a member of a supportive fitness community. We call it Extraordinary Fitness. Visit us online to start your free 7-day membership and let us help you thrive.
(26-20) is your score as we welcome you back here to Catasauqua High School. Aldo Carlo Tracy Sear Glad you could join us here as we take a look at the veteran out there. That's Eric Snyder, by the way. He does that in like 3 minutes and 30 seconds. He's got a timer on that, but he's getting healthy. They take a look at the fast break, moving through in transition for Brugler. Opportunity here coming on through for
Wagner. Wagner made a nice play to the basket there. And here's a three for Lazinski with miss, and Talia Brugler with the rebound and the putback.
Now we mentioned, as they were shooting, and it took a while for Lazinski, and we'll show it there, as she gets going. But Brugler started things off, and she scored the first 8-9 points of the game.
Yeah, she did. She did a nice job of being aggressive, getting to the basket. In the second quarter, she was getting more fouls and getting to the foul line. Here's another steal by Wagner and a finish.
Yeah, PV had the lead.
And here you go with Lazinski again, top of the three, off of the steal.
Now, if you keep her that wide open, you're going to make some damage happen. And this is when she decided, you know what? They're taking me outside. I'm going inside. She just glided right through the defense.
She did an excellent job of penetrating. Here she steps back in on the out-of-bounds play and bears a three.
Yeah, so the Blue Eagles, as they went going here, we talk about game of runs. It was 7-0 run for Pleasant Valley that gave them the 9-5 lead earlier on. They led 9-7, and from there, then Nazareth started moving their way, forward. They used a 12-0 run, made it a 15-0 run at one point in the game. They led 22-11, and then a great job by Pleasant Valley though to come back at the end of the half and Gary a big three like that.
They hit 2 threes and finish out the half there, and 6-point swing just like that.
So a good way to finish if you're Pleasant Valley. If you're in the locker room and you're Coach Pavic, what are you telling your team?
You're going to tell them to come out and continue with the pressure that you're doing. They're doing a nice job with their matchup zone that they're in. And sometimes they're playing man, but they got to make sure they continue to take care of the ball on the offensive end and get a good shot attempts instead of turnovers at that end. The 1-3-1 from Nazareth is really affecting their offensive scheme, and they got to be able to break that pressure and get good shots off.
And for Coach Bickert?
Bickert just wants to stay consistent in doing what they're doing. I mean, they're doing a nice job defensively and creating turnovers and creating offense from their defense. I think coming down the second half, really try to focus more on getting the ball back inside to Brugler, because now they opened up the game by hitting the threes from the outside. The inside game is going to be open for them.
Well, some halftime numbers from Dave Micah. Nazareth, 8 of 19 shooting, 3 of 11 from behind the arc, and 7 of 10 from the free throw line. For Pleasant Valley, 6 of 19 shooting, 3 for 10 from behind the arc, and 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Leading the way right now, or individual scoring, Wagner with 4, Riley with 4, Caffrey with that 3 again. She needed a 3 to become break the school record, season record for threes in the season with now 46. 6 points for Maddie O'Neill, Alyssa Wagner with 6 points, and Drew Morgan with a point. Lazinski had 3 threes in that second half. She scored all 13 of her points, in the second quarter. All 13 of her points coming in quarter number 2. 13 points for Brugler. She had 7 in the first quarter, 6 in the second. She's got 5 free throws so far tonight to go along with 4 baskets. And that's the lone 2 players scoring for the Nazareth Blue Eagles. Does Nazareth need other players to get some baskets here to win this game?
Well, they definitely needed to get some other people involved offensively. I mean, you look at that. If you're a coach, sometimes you might even come out in a triangle and 2 against them and try to do something different to try to win the game. But it's a 6-point game, so it's not like you're out of it. So right now, I think they just need to key in and try to take away the 3-point open looks that they're giving Lazinski. She really wasn't being challenged.
And interesting you say that. Ahern has 41 3-pointers. They start to go in that triangle too. She's the one that maybe can eat you alive. But again, we'll see what both coaches do.
I don't think Ahern even had a shot today yet.
Yeah, I agree with you. So we'll see what happens here in the second half. We'll come back with more action. You're watching our D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine here in Districts. 26-20 your score. Back after this. We are back here as we get ready to start quarter number 3. And, we gave you your individual scoring and, obviously the opportunity for both coaches to come into the locker room and be ready to do so. Let's take a look at the bracket here first for the District 11 tournament. And, obviously for them, for this bracket, we already know that Parkland, and, we won't have it here yet, but Parkland punched their ticket. They won 43-33. Freedom won earlier tonight, 52-41. So the winner of this game will get Parkland, and then Freedom will get either Northampton or Pocono Mountain East. With that, we go down to the sidelines with our 2 sideline reporters, and Travis Lahr and Ryan Pergar. Well, we'll hold off on their microphones. I don't think he had his microphone on. We'll check to see if it's on or not. That's what you call, live at its finest, as both of them are trying to get themselves situated. We'll try to get back to these guys in a couple minutes. Obviously, they're having some problems with their sideline report right now. Trace, as you took us in the locker room just a little bit, obviously, and for Coach Pavic coming into the third quarter, getting the first few baskets. Or just maybe trying to set the tone a little bit differently. Is that what they're trying to do here?
Well, I think it's going to be important. It's their possession coming out to half now, which should be according to the arrow. So, they can get a bucket here. I mean, it's a one-possession game. So,
So 26-20 is your score. Again, the only 2 scores, Lazinski and Brugler, 13 apiece to lead their team. And then leading the way with 6 apiece is Maddie O'Neill and Alyssa Wagner. They both have 6 points apiece as we get ready to start quarter number 3 between Nazareth, the number 1 seed, and the number 8 seed in the Pleasant Valley Bears. Is that ready? And let's go down to the floor and Ryan Pergar.
Hey guys, so sorry about the technical problems. So Pleasant Valley is looking like they're going to try to continue to pressure 13 Talia Brugler, and also make sure to cover number 1 Kelly Lazinski after her amazing 3-point performance in the second quarter. And as long as they do that and cover those, they seem like they're going to be confident enough to win this game.
All right, and the Nazareth coach, Coach Bicker, just told me that they need to finish plays a little bit more and not so much standing around, but they're confident for the second half, and it should be a good second half.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. Job well done down on the floor. You get those technical difficulties every now and then. You got to push that button. Sometimes it says mute, unmute. And, we'll teach our guys. They're learning, and they're doing a great job. Again, some of our D11 sports reporters on the sidelines here. And a basket counted and a 1. Good way to start for Samantha Merklin. She's on the scoreboard.
Personal foul, Madeline Ahern, Merklin, 1 shot.
that was a nice, strong finish. Let's see if she can make the 3-point play.
So Merklin converts, and we have ourselves a 3-point game. 26-23. Just starting here, quarter number 3. Brugler, I think, took an extra step there. It certainly looked that way. But she's so tall, sometimes that step is bigger than I think.
That was a nice move by Ahern.
May have been Ahern's first shot of the game. Still looking to get her going.
She's a 3-point threat for them. Hasn't had an attempt yet, though.
Coach Pavic talking to the officials. They called a walk here. She was wondering why there wasn't a walk on the other side for Nazareth. Pleading her case.
And my answer to that is because they didn't call it.
Here's a 2-on-1 for the Bears, and a good job of getting back on defense. Knocking that one away was Mahalik.
That looked like the right call from here. She tipped it. Nazareth a man.
Reigns, Pleasant Valley basketball.
Nazareth stays in their man-to-man out of the out-of-bounds play here. They're switching on the screens.
Here's a three from way outside. That one well off the mark. That was Caffrey trying to attempt that one.
Lazinski's looking to give it to somebody. Ooh, she could have gotten travel there.
And Lazinski would get it back. There's Brugler. Through the defense somehow. She got poked too as well. I think they got a piece of her nose. And she'll get back on defense. Second half. Still trying to see who's got the momentum, who's got the advantage here.
Lazinski with a foul. I think that's her second.
Here's Brugler. This is where you talk about the point guard situation, or the guard situation, where she can move the ball despite her size. She does it really well in transition.
It was a good take. It was good defensive play. Someone got a hand on the ball.
See Ray Romello, the athletic director at Nazareth, in the house, right behind the basket. His dad, Dennis, also here. Get it right back, and then stepping on the line.
These are the type of turnovers that are going to cost, could cost Nazareth the game if they don't correct. It's a one possession game here. Pleasant Valley could tie the game on a three. And as I say that, unforced error right through our hands.
I'll tell you what, I think you know the game a little bit. You've been guessing pretty right, for the most part.
Nazareth working the ball around. Ahern.
3 minutes in. Here's Lazinski, didn't give it up.
She had Talia cutting the lane there. Lazinski for three. In and out.
There's a lot of contact, both players, and now 3-on-1 for Pleasant Valley. Never stopping and then waiting a little too long to give up the pass, and Lazinski comes out of the pile. Lazinski doing a good job making her way up the floor, trying to draw some contact. 4:34 on the clock. That one knocked away. Wow, we're almost midway through, and we only have 3 points. That came on a three-point play to start the third by Merklin.
A lot of defensive plays, a lot of turnovers. Ahern for three. There she is.
That's your ace in the hole if you're the Blue Eagles. That's her 42nd three-pointer of the year. And then leaving player down low, loose, and that was Merklin. She'll go to the free throw line.
They need to get Ahern or anybody, for that matter, involved in the offense other than their two scorers so far. So that was a nice plus for Nazareth to have Ahern come through with the three.
Merklin, 2 shots.
Merklin makes the first. All her points coming in this quarter.
Nazareth went back to 1-3-1. That's why that player was left open down low.
Second one by Merklin is good.
Foul line's keeping them in the game.
Yeah, it is indeed. It cuts the lead to 4. They had trimmed that lead to 3 for a while, but couldn't get an extra shot. See if they can cut into it. Almost a steal. And then never stop him. And have to earn on the free throw line is Sophia Zelasco.
Personal foul, Maddie O'Neill. Sophia Zelasco, 2 shots.
Misses the first. Zelasco 6 for 17 on the season from the free throw line. So she misses both, but look at Brugler on the reverse. And one!
And one.
Wow. That's a huge play.
Goes from a 4-point game to a 6-point game, possibly 7.
Brugler, 1 shot.
That was a really nice move by Brugler, using her body, positioning the reverse layup and finishing.
Brugler now with 16.
Substitutions 30, McKenna Fortner 34, Kelly Buccio.
Again, somebody's got to be boxing her out since she's not getting around for that rebound, but she made a nice play. And here they're back to the 1-3-1, extending it over half court. Pressure.
.350 on the clock. 32-25.
And there's the steal, the turnover. Trying to make the pass to the center. Defense stepped in, intercepted the pass.
We're starting to see more players wide open here for Nazareth as they continue to collapse.
Fed her nice, Brugler nice into the post, and then beautiful move, but couldn't finish.
Coach Pavic was hoping for a call.
These Pleasant Valley fans aren't happy. They
No.
thought that should have been a foul.
Good job of staying aggressive for the Blue Eagles. You take a look.
I agree, that could have been a foul.
They get one down underneath, and that could be a foul, and it is. And this time they are going to get Merklin, I believe.
Personal foul, Samantha Merklin. Pleasant Valley calls timeout.
So a timeout on the floor, 32-25.
Yeah, nice feed down low, goes up strong, gets called for the body underneath.
Tracy, you cut the lead to 26-23. You go maybe 2 possessions, almost 3 possessions down the floor, and couldn't get a shot off, to cut into the lead. And all of a sudden, Nazareth does what they do, and they get other players involved, and they're up by 7.
Yeah, and going to the line for 2. So it could be a 9-point game if she makes both these foul shots. And in a low-scoring game like this that's a big deficit to come back from. So, Pleasant Valley's got to figure out a way to stop fouling and give them a one-and-done opportunities at the other end.
Well, again, the first meeting went to Nazareth by a score of 51-40. And now to the free throw line. McKenna Fortner. Fortner, a junior forward. She's at 60% on the season, 12 of 20 before that shot.
I mean, this really could be a 10-point game if Nazareth's finishing on the foul line, which they haven't been able to do to extend the lead. So we're at an 8-point game. This is a big possession right here. Again, Nazareth's back to the 1-3-1. That's a good call. Number 34 from Nazareth, Kelly Puccio. She was fighting to get position there, and she pushed the other Pleasant Valley player to the ground, so that was a good call.
Down to 3:15 on the clock here in the third. Hope you're enjoying our coverage. Our D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. Spin move in the paint, nowhere to go. We'll get another jump ball, and it'll remain possession for Pleasant Valley.
It was a nice move.
Pleasant Valley substitution 21.
Better defensive play.
Looking to get it in, they do. And that one gets thrown away with 3:01 on the clock. Coach Pickett again in his 14th year, 260 wins, 110 losses. District finals he's reached, 4 out of the last 5 years. He won in 2015, won in 2016. And the winner of this game will at least play 3 more games.
That was a nice steal. Anticipated the play. Wagner was able to come up with it.
On the kick out, chance for a 3. That one's short. Good hustle here by Pleasant Valley, but they couldn't keep the ball in play. Now at 2:26 on the clock. Again, still if you're Pleasant Valley right now, this game is very much in reach. You just can't dig yourself any more of a hole, really.
No, they needed to come up with a big bucket at the other end. They really haven't scored, and that's what needs to be done. They need to hit something at the other end while making a stop. They're getting some stops down here. And as I say that, Ahern with another 3. Now it's an 11-point game. They desperately need to score. And that's a 3rd foul on Lazinski.
Personal foul, Kelly Lazinski. Nazareth substitution.
So you lose Lazinski here, and for how long, we'll have to wait and see.
I probably put her back in at the end of the quarter.
Off the inbound. No, Brugler had it, lost it. Brugler tips that one back. 3 chances here for Pleasant Valley. 1:52 on the clock. There's a lane wide open, and she's going to try to take it.
She's trying to scoop it underhand while she's in there amongst the trees.
They get it in with 1:45 on the clock. Man, a good job defensively. Coming out of there was Courtney Polson. And Polson, her first appearance of the year with covering from an ACL injury, shows her presence down underneath. And she actually has a little smirk on her face, too. So he goes, hey, as we take a look at replay, I'm back.
That's right. Great defensive effort. Jump ball possession is going to go to Nazareth.
Possession, Blue Eagles.
Now, the last thing, if you're PV, you want this to happen, another opportunity to add to this lead that's already sitting at 11.
She's extending the pressure here for Pleasant Valley. Now that Lazinski's out, putting pressure on the ball.
Driving hard to the basket was Polson, and she'll go to the free throw line.
Possibly scoring her first points of the season.
Misses on the first.
The drive by Polson.
Polson, a junior center at 5'11", and does indeed do that. That's what you call a comeback for her.
Again, they're pressuring the 1-3-1. Minute 18 seconds to go here. Beautiful cut. Partially blocked. They need this 3. They just can't find a way to score here.
Yeah, they're trying everything. Here's one underneath. That one knocked away. Polson's been very, very active underneath.
Nice kick out.
Here's Brugler, back to Polson. That's doing a good job of shredding the ball around. And as I say that, they throw the ball away. Chance here with 41 seconds. And a reach foul in there by Zelasco.
Just a bad foul because there's 39 seconds to go and it's only a 16 foul.
Nazareth substitution 34, Kelly Buccio.
And as I say that, I remember now that we're not playing college basketball where it ends at the quarter and resets.
From the corner. Again, the well's gone dry here for Pleasant Valley. They really could not hit anything.
Wow, they called that foul on Pleasant Valley. I thought it was going to go against Brugler.
Coach Pavic thought she had the call, does not. And Lazinski comes back into the game.
She's coming back in offense, defense here, so she's going to come down and try to get a bucket for them. Build on that lead.
A 12-point lead for Nazareth here in the third. Down to 23 seconds on the clock. One thing you give all the credit in the world here for the Lady Bears. They are very aggressive. They're tight on defense. They're giving everything they got. And, you love that when you see that in the team.
Yes, they're definitely continuing to work. They're not giving up in this game. like I said, there's 4 seniors out there on the court, the starting lineup, and they don't want it to end today. So
Driving baseline and scoring.
nice drive by Ahern. Ahern coming out strong for the third quarter, scoring 8 points.
39-25, a 14-point game after 3. And Ahern, the spark plug, as you mentioned, as she continues to score. 2 threes from the outside and that bucket to end the quarter. Through 3, back after this. You're watching our D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
Are you searching for a place where you belong? Where your fitness matters? Regardless of what shape you're in, St. Luke's Fitness and Sports Performance Centers have a professional team that will help you meet or exceed your fitness goals. With locations throughout the region and nationally recognized fitness experts, you'll become a member of a supportive fitness community. We call it Extraordinary Fitness. Visit us online to start your free 7-day membership and let us help you thrive.
Three complete here in the girls 6A semifinals. Freedom a winner earlier tonight, 52-41. They went on a 14-0 run to end the third into the fourth. Parkland won earlier tonight, 43-33. The winner of this game will take on Parkland, and Northampton playing Pocono Mountain East. If we get a score there, we will let you know. And coming out of the gate is Cam Caffrey with a much-needed basket.
They really needed that basket. Still down 12, but they need to chip away 2 at a time, or if they can, 3 at a time.
Cuts the lead to 39-27, down by 12. Brugler. And can't get the roll. Nice lead up front. Skying through the defense, through the offense. I don't know if she thought that ball was coming to her or not. That one's short, however. Started as a good possession there for Pleasant Valley. Came out of the, into the fourth quarter. But, again, you need to keep cutting into that lead because 1 basket, 1 3, it changes things. They go for the steal. Inside out. That shot doesn't drop. Brugler goes for it. Lazinski comes out of the pile. And Lazinski she just lines up right where she wants to be. She goes, I'm going to stand right here, and just when you want, give me that 3-point shot. That's 4 threes for Lazinski.
What she did was she moved off the ball. She made a pass back to Brugler in the corner there and then moved to her spot on the floor. Once the pass was made back out, she was ready to catch and receive and shoot. Here's Brugler with a steal.
Brugler waiting, assessing the scoring. You may need a timeout here. So Brugler now with 18 points.
Pleasant Valley substitutions for Maddie O'Neill, 23, Samantha Merklin.
Here's Brugler with the steal. She patiently lets the defense run by her and finishing strong.
(44-27).
Pleasant Valley's in straight man now. Brugler for 3.
She thought she had that one. That one
Another
goes
turnover.
right into the hands of Brugler.
Again, down 17.
Yeah.
Getting away from him.
You almost look at I think it's a mirror game of the Easton and Freedom game we had earlier tonight, but, Pleasant Valley staying in like Easton did. Here's from the corner. No, Brugler with another rebound. She's been a powerhouse down below.
3 seconds. Nope. Could have gotten 3 seconds there if he held on a little longer.
Well, we heard Coach Baker call timeout for, a couple seconds there, but when it's not given to you, then, Takes a little longer.
No, you're exactly right. You know, in these types of games, you know, the favored team allows another team to stay with them. A lot of times it come down to the wire, but Pleasant Valley doesn't have enough power behind their game to stay with them in the third quarter here. So.
Well, we mentioned that, you have to have other players if you're Nazareth to step up. And, Lazinski has the 4 3-pointers. She now has 16. Brugler has 18 points. But in that third quarter, Ahern, who we mentioned, came in with 41 3-pointers. She pops home 2. She had 8 points and, a big help. Again, you look at this team that they're good when it comes to Nazareth. You throw in a Polson that's coming back, whether it's for 2 minutes or 4 minutes, as you continue to go, knowing that if you do win this game, again, a lot can happen here, but if you do win this game, you have 3 more games with her in the mix.
Yeah, and she's, obviously a defensive presence. She had a few blocks down low there in the third quarter, which made a difference. Those turnovers down this end translated into points at the other end.
44-27 is your score.
Let's see what Bicker drew up in the timeout here coming out.
I'm sure Lazinski's getting this ball right back.
That's a good call here. Oh,
well, it was there.
It was there, but they didn't do it.
Like she's going back to her little spot. No, she doesn't take it, but Zelasco does.
Here comes Pleasant Valley. See if they can get a quick bucket.
That one knocked away, and it's picked up by Lazinski.
Oh, they had the numbers. They're pulling it out.
Brugler powering through the defense and will make another trip to the free throw line.
Personal foul, Samantha Merklin. Talia Brugler, 2 shots.
First one is good by Brugler. She's got 19. Pleasant Valley in that third quarter with 7 turnovers.
Burner. 34, Kelly Cuccio.
Now 20 for Brugler.
19-point lead. It's going to be hard to come back. Yeah. Another turnover.
Pleasant Valley substitution 21, Carly Arndt.
Carly Arndt checks in for the Bears. Well, the 1-2 punch in Brugler and Lazinski, really the big difference.
Yeah, they're coming up with steals. They're controlling the ball.
As we say that, they throw it away.
Nazareth substitution 14, Madeline Ahern.
So 46-27 as we are at the midway point of the quarter. Some new faces in there for Pleasant Valley. A couple new ones anyway. But you mentioned they had the turnovers of 7 in the third quarter. They've been continuing on here.
Yeah, they're not even having the ability to get shot attempts up in this fourth quarter. Maintain their focus.
Wide open look on the outside. That one well off the mark. Doesn't go. And we're going to jump ball.
Ball, possession, Pleasant Valley. Pleasant Valley substitution 22, Drew Morgan.
PV will get it back. Checking out of the game is Cam Caffrey.
That's got to be a three-point attempt. She was open.
Here's a three from the outside, will not drop. I guess the three has to be from the outside, right? We're not going interior with the three. 46-27, right at 3 minutes on the clock. Over to Brugler. Brugler drives through, can't convert, and that one get knocked back. They'll have another chance here. This is the three if it goes, and she was fouled here on the three-point shot.
Personal foul, Riley Wagner. Peyton Berner, 3 shots.
Yeah, Pleasant Valley only scored 7 points this half.
Yeah, they just, between the turnovers and just, we mentioned the third quarter, they couldn't hit a shot.
Substitution 3, Cam Caffrey.
Hayden Berner, junior forward. She gets her name in the book and adds 2. They'll move it around to the corner. Here's a 3, and that one is good for Wagner.
Alyssa Wagner.
Down low, Brugler. And they'll battle for it.
Help ball. Possession, Blue Eagles.
.48-30. And Brugler with the finish. She's got 22. Final 2 minutes. That one knocked away.
Nazareth substitution 15, Madison Griffin. Pleasant Valley substitution 33.
20-point game now. Substitutions coming in, getting the bench some playing time. Sure, Lazinski and Brugler will be the next ones to exit the game.
Brugler, nice dish over to Lazinski, who stops, assesses, and scores.
And there's a timeout for some substitutions.
30-second timeout.
It's a minute and 16 seconds to go. 22-point game.
6-seed Pocono Mountain West 42. 3-seed Northampton 40.
Nazareth did a great job, team defense. They're 1-3-1, collecting a lot of steals off of that. His turnovers converted in some easy buckets. Allowed them to pull away. Add in some extra 3 points by Ahern in the third quarter. That's why we're 22 points.
Yeah, it's amazing when you look at what they did in the third quarter. Just really just stopped them completely. And you talk about Nazareth and Coach Picker, it's always the defense. It's been there year after year.
And he plays that 1-3-1 year after year. Mixes it in with a little man-to-man. He's got such size. He's got some nice size on his team with the 6'1" and 5'11" players, and they're so long, and he puts them out on those wings, and it makes passing difficult, especially for the smaller guards on the floor from Pleasant Valley.
Final 51 seconds. Pleasant Valley trying to get some more other players in as they're trying to, again, you talked about before the game, Pleasant Valley has 5 seniors. I want to wish, Riley Wagner, Cam Caffrey, Maddie O'Neill, Alyssa Wagner, and Carly Arndt the very best.
See if Pleasant Valley substitutes can get a quick bucket before the end of the quarter. It's going to the line.
Personal foul, Addison Key.
All right, it's 11th point of the half for Pleasant Valley. They really need a lot more than that to be able to keep up with Nazareth.
Second one is no good by Marianne Matson. The final 22 seconds. Obviously, when you get a younger player, someone on there to the free throw line, opportunity for them to get on the free throw line, that's always a good thing.
Nazareth fans cheering her name.
Misses on the free throw. Final 15 seconds. That one gets thrown away.
Some little pressure from Pleasant Valley. 9 seconds.
Well, Nazareth, once again, I believe it's 9 years and 11 that they make their trip to the semifinals, which is impressive when it comes to Coach Bickert and what he's done with this team. 52-31. Final score, Nazareth will win this one. We'll come back with our player of the game and head coach Rich Bickert. You're watching our D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. Back after this.
6A semifinals, where they will take on the number 5 seed.
Concussions are serious. 3 million sport, recreation, and auto accident-related concussions happen each year. 20% of high school athletes who play contact sports will suffer a concussion during the season. St. Luke's is the region's leader in assessing, managing, and treating concussions in athletes and non-athletes of all ages. Our multi-specialty teams of experts collaborate to care for you using the latest treatment options. Don't play head games, take concussions seriously. Call St. Luke's to schedule an appointment with one of our concussion experts.
We're back right now, and final score 52-31 as the Nazareth Blue Eagles win this one. And down on the court right now is Ryan Pergar. He is with winning head coach Rich Bickert, and Ryan has him right now with Coach Bickert.
So, Coach, after this win against Pleasant Valley, how are you feeling right now?
I feel good right now. I didn't feel that good at halftime, but I told them we hold the 30, we should win going away, which gave 1 point more, so I'm happy. Defensively, we did the job. Offensively, we got to clean some stuff up. Hopefully, we'll clean it up by next game.
All right, and obviously with the offense, as you said, you wanted to clean up things. Anything